Okay, I'm getting ready to make my creamy cucumber salad for my side dish tonight. Obviously, I've already washed all my vegetables, and I make this a lot when I'm canning my pickles during uh, pickling season. Um, Obviously, these didn't fit in the jar. These are ready to can. So the leftovers I'll make the creamy cucumber salad with, and that's how I use up all the produce out of my garden. Some leftover dill here too from what didn't go into the jars. So the first thing I do is I chop up about a tablespoon or so of fresh dill. Um, If you don't have fresh dill, the conversion would be about a teaspoon of fresh dill or of dry dill as opposed to a tablespoon of fresh dill. And I just throw that in my bowl and set that aside. Toss it in there. I don't know who said it. But it's a great saying for anyone who homesteads. Eat what you can, and what you can't eat, can. It's a great saying. I don't know who originally said it, and I can give it credit to. But it's a great thing to live by if you're living out of your garden. The next thing you do, obviously, is slice up your cucumbers carefully, obviously. I slice them pretty thin. Very, very thin as you can. The thinner they are, the more they'll soak up the dressing mix that you make for them, and the easier they'll chill. I make this before I make supper, throw it in the fridge with saran wrap over it, and in about a half an hour it's nice and cooled, so it's ready to eat. I only make a little bit at a time because it's just me and the hubs. So the leftovers that I'm not canning are the perfect amount for me to make just 2 servings or so. So the measurements that I'm giving you are for 2 servings of this creamy cucumber salad. It's pretty easy to just scale it up. Double, double, double. Pretty easy to do. Just about got enough cucumber here already. I do a lot of different cucumbers. Most of what I do, like you see here, are the midget dills. Those are my hub's favorites, so that's what I make the most of. Once the cucumbers get towards the end where they're really not flowering as much anymore, I let them get a little bigger, and then I do my hamburger slicers and my sandwich slicers and the ones that get made out of the bigger pickles. But the majority of my pickling is done with very small pickles, because that's what the hubby likes the best. So I chop up about a cup and a half of pickle, slice it up as thin as I can. I'm going to do about 1 more here. And once that's done, I mix up the dressing mix. The reason I chop up the cucumber first is because, well, sometimes I only have a cup's worth, so I kind of cut back on the dressing mix because I don't like to waste anything. So I'm going to have 4 cucumbers left here. I also had just a little bit of red onion left over from an earlier meal, and I want to use this up before it gets icky. So I'm going to go ahead and toss some red onion sliced up real nice in with the cucumber too. Just fine. You can do red onion, you can do yellow onion, you can do no onion at all. It really doesn't matter. So I've got about a cup and a half of sliced cucumber and some sliced red onion in there. And I'm just going to toss that in with the dill. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to make my dressing mix. So for 2 servings, I use 2 tablespoons of Miracle Whip. I need a knife to scoop this out with. And you can do it right in there, but I like to mix the dressing separate just so all the flavors can meld together before I mix it in there. Otherwise, sometimes you get, it just doesn't mix as well. So 2 tablespoons of Miracle Whip or mayonnaise, whatever you got. And then, since I don't like to mix my ingredients, I have a couple of different tablespoons. You can rinse it out if you want to. 2 tablespoons of sour cream. And then we do 2 tablespoons of vinegar. So it's just equal parts, however much you make it, equal parts of all of those 3 ingredients. And then 1 teaspoon, I heap it a little bit because I like it a little sweet, of sugar. All right. And then we do a dash of black pepper and a dash of salt. Very, very little amount. And I just take my knife and I mix all that together. It's kind of creamy. Take the cucumbers, dump your fresh dressing over top of it. And mix it all up. Now, it doesn't seem right away, right off the bat, but it's very creamy, runny, like what you see in the grocery store, but that's okay. Because after this melds for about half an hour in the refrigerator, the juices from the cucumbers are going to come out and make this a nice, drippy cucumber salad. And then if you want to, which I do, I have some fresh grape tomatoes, or excuse me, cherry tomatoes from my garden, and I'm just going to go ahead and slice those in half and toss them in too, just to make it a little bit prettier, because I like pretty things. And there we have a nice creamy cucumber salad that was super easy to make in about 5 minutes or so. Once you taste it, I sometimes do add a little bit more dill to it, but other than that, I like it just the way it is. If you feel like you want to change it up, you can add, like I said, sweet onions instead of red onions. You can add more tomato. You could slice some carrot in there if you wanted to, but the carrot would be really crunchy. It's not going to get pickled, get mushy like the rest of it. So give this recipe a try. Comment and let me know how you like it. And I appreciate you watching my video. And if you like the content, go ahead and subscribe to follow me, please. Thank you so much. Enjoy your dinner on Thursday night here.